Only a few faces from the Ponderosa are still with us in 2026. For millions of families, Bonanza was not just a Western. It was Sunday night, after dinner, the theme song in the living room, and a ranch that felt almost like home. So after 67 years, what really happened to the cast America grew up watching? Let's ride back to the Ponderosa. We begin with Lorne Greene, the voice that made the Ponderosa feel safe. As Ben Cartwright, Greene was more than a rancher. He was the father at the center of the room, the man who could quiet a fight, correct a son, and remind everyone that family was still worth holding together. For many viewers, the memory is not a gunfight. It is Ben's voice, deep and steady, filling the room, like a promise that everything might still be all right. The surprising truth is that Greene's voice once carried a very different meaning. Before Bonanza, he worked as a Canadian radio newsreader during World War II, delivering grim wartime reports with such weight that listeners called him the voice of doom. The same voice that once carried sorrow later became the voice of comfort for families watching television together. After Bonanza, Greene reached another generation as Commander Adama in Battlestar Galactica. Still, for classic TV fans, no later role could replace Ben Cartwright, standing beside his sons. Lorne Greene passed away in 1987 at the age of 72. Yet every time the old Bonanza theme begins and the burning map opens on screen, Ben Cartwright seems to return with it. Michael Landon brought youth, danger, and charm to the Cartwright family. As Little Joe, he was the spark of Bonanza, the dark curls, the quick smile, the restless heart, and the youngest son who could ride into trouble before wisdom had time to catch him. Many viewers remember Little Joe through flashes of feeling: the horse, the grin, the open land, and the sense that any episode could suddenly become romantic, risky, or deeply personal. For many women who grew up with the show, Little Joe was one of their first television crushes. For many families, he was the son who kept the Ponderosa young. Behind that charm, Michael Landon was learning the machinery of television. He wrote episodes, directed scenes, and studied how family stories could stay in people's hearts long after the credits ended. After Bonanza, Landon became Charles Ingalls on Little House on the Prairie, then Jonathan Smith on Highway to Heaven. Across those shows, he kept returning to family, forgiveness, faith, kindness, and second chances. In 1991, Michael Landon faced pancreatic cancer publicly, including an unforgettable appearance on The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson. He passed away later that year at only 54. Little Joe remains forever young in reruns. But Michael Landon became something larger, one of the storytellers who helped define American family television. Pernell Roberts gave Bonanza its most complicated son. As Adam Cartwright, he wore black, spoke with restraint, and carried the quiet intelligence of a man who seemed to see beyond the ranch. Adam loved his family, but he never looked fully owned by the Ponderosa. That was his memory trigger. Adam could stand beside Ben, Hoss, and Little Joe, yet still seem as if another road was already calling him. Roberts felt that tension in real life. He was a serious stage-trained actor who wanted stronger writing, more adult stories, and more room for Adam to grow. At the height of Bonanza's success, Roberts shocked Hollywood by leaving after 6 seasons. Some saw it as a mistake. Roberts saw it as survival. He questioned why 3 grown sons still needed their father's permission in nearly every story. He also pushed for more truthful representation on television at a time when many shows still accepted old stereotypes. His second act proved that the Ponderosa had not been the end of him. In 1979, he returned to television success as Dr. John Trapper McIntyre in Trapper John, M.D. Pernell Roberts passed away in 2010 at the age of 81. He was the last surviving member of the original Cartwright family. Dan Blocker was the heart of Bonanza. As Hoss Cartwright, he gave the show its warmth. He was strong enough to dominate any room, but gentle enough to make that same room feel safe. Viewers did not love Hoss because he was the biggest man on the ranch. They loved him because he was the kindest. That is the memory many fans still carry. The big hat, the warm face, the shy smile, and the feeling that Hoss would protect the weak before he protected himself. Before fame, Dan Blocker had been a teacher, a drama student, and a Korean War veteran. He brought discipline, humility, and intelligence into a role that could have been simple. Instead, he made Hoss deeply human. Ben gave the family authority. Adam gave it thought. Little Joe gave it youth. Hoss gave it tenderness. That balance broke in 1972 when Dan Blocker died suddenly at only 43 after complications following gallbladder surgery. Many fans still say Bonanza was never the same after Hoss was gone. The Ponderosa still had its land, its horses, and its name, but it had lost the man who made strength feel gentle. If Bonanza lived in your family's Sunday nights, tell us in the comments who stayed closest to your heart: Ben, Little Joe, Adam, or Hoss. These memories are what keep classic television alive. David Canary entered the Ponderosa as Candy Canaday, and he brought the show a sharper, younger energy. Candy was not a Cartwright by blood, but he never felt like a stranger. He was the steady outsider, the capable ranch hand, and the man who could stand beside the family without pretending to be one of the sons. By the later seasons, Bonanza needed fresh motion inside a familiar world. Candy gave the ranch that movement. David Canary had the range to make the role work. He had been an athlete, a trained singer, and a stage performer, and that mixture gave him both strength and emotional control. His most surprising chapter came after the Ponderosa. In the 1980s, Canary became a daytime television legend on All My Children, playing twin brothers Adam and Stuart Chandler. One brother was ruthless, and the other was gentle. Canary made both men feel so different that viewers often forgot they were watching the same actor. David Canary passed away in 2015 at the age of 77. Candy may have arrived late to the Ponderosa, but David Canary's career proved that a second act can reveal the full measure of a performer. Victor Sen Young gave the Ponderosa one of its most familiar supporting faces. As Hop Sing, he helped make the Cartwright home feel lived in. He could bring humor into a tense scene, scold the men of the ranch with perfect timing, and make the kitchen feel like another small center of family life. His real story was far more complicated than the role viewers saw on Sunday nights. He had worked in Hollywood for decades, including in the Charlie Chan films, but like many Asian American actors of his era, he often faced limited roles and narrow images. That makes his place in Bonanza worth remembering with care. Behind Hop Sing's familiar presence was an actor who kept working inside an industry that rarely gave him the full space his talent deserved. Victor Sen Young passed away in 1980 at the age of 65. His final chapter was sad, but his legacy should not be reduced to that sadness. For fans, he remains Hop Sing, the familiar figure moving through the Ponderosa kitchen, part of the texture of a show people still remember. Tim Matheson is one of the living links to the final chapter of Bonanza. He joined the series late during its final season as Griff King. Griff was a young man trying to rebuild his life, and his story gave Ben Cartwright one more chance to guide someone who needed a father figure. Matheson had already worked as a young actor and voice performer before he arrived on the Ponderosa. Many fans later learned that he had been the voice of Johnny Quest, which made his career feel connected to more than one corner of classic television memory. After Bonanza, Matheson did not disappear into nostalgia. He kept moving. Movie fans remember him as Eric Otter Stratton in National Lampoon's Animal House. Television fans later knew him as Vice President John Hoynes on The West Wing. A newer generation knows him as Doc Mullins on Virgin River. In 2026, Tim Matheson is still active as an actor and director. He has built one of those rare careers that stretches from old television westerns to modern streaming drama. His personal life also moved through many chapters. His long marriage to Megan Murphy lasted 25 years, and they raised 3 children together. Today, his story feels less like a fading footnote from Bonanza and more like proof that some performers keep adapting as the world around them changes. Mitch Vogel is the other living answer at the heart of this Bonanza story. He played Jamie Hunter Cartwright, the red-haired orphan taken into the Cartwright family and eventually given the Cartwright name. Jamie represented a late chapter of the Ponderosa. He was not part of the beginning, but he gave Ben one more son to guide and one more reason for the family story to continue. Vogel had already shown promise in Yours, Mine and Ours, and The Reavers. Hollywood seemed ready to claim him early, but his life took a quieter turn. After his acting years, Mitch Vogel stepped away from Hollywood. He chose music, family, local theater, and a more private life instead of chasing fame forever. In 2026, Mitch Vogel is still living a quieter life away from the old Hollywood machine. He has been known to sing in a rock band, take part in church and community theater, and appear at Bonanza fan events where longtime viewers still remember Jamie with affection. That is what makes his story feel peaceful. He did not remain trapped inside the image of a child actor. He grew beyond it, built a family life, and found meaning outside the spotlight. The Ponderosa belongs to television history now, but a few living links remain. And maybe that is why Bonanza still touches people after all these years. It was never only about cattle, land, or Western adventure. It was about a family viewers visited every week, often with their own families sitting nearby. The lesson from the Ponderosa cast is simple. Fame changes, shows end, and familiar faces eventually leave the screen. But the memories we shared with parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters, and friends can last much longer than the broadcast itself. Tell us in the comments which Bonanza cast member brought back the strongest memory for you. If you enjoyed this look back, you can find more classic TV and then and now celebrity stories in the description below. We make videos like this every day, bringing back the actors, actresses, movies, and television faces many of us grew up watching. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.